Hey guys, I'm Jade Ocean. Namaste. Today we're going to be opening the mind up. So we're going to be doing a moving meditation, focusing on creating space within the body, space within the mind, space within the heart, and within the soul. So learning how to let things go is the start. We got to learn how to do that. So all you need for today is probably a couple of blocks, and then also a blanket, a little thicker blanket, maybe just to elevate up onto, and then also for your knees. So grab your stuff, grab some water too, make sure you stay hydrated. Don't wait for me, just take breaks as needed, listen to your body, and I'll meet you on your mat. Let's begin in an easy seated pose, elbows elevated up on top of our blanket. So towards the edge, that way then we can find that nice neutral sitting position with our spine. We're not hunching or swaying side to side or rounding the back in any way. So you can cross your legs in front, you can come into a half or a full lotus, just find what feels comfortable for you. Allowing your knees to sink below the hips here. Take a full breath in, let your hands rest softly on your thighs. Draw that breath right down to your belly. And then exhale. Let your shoulders be heavy here. Think of lifting all the way up the spine through the top of the head. And we're not letting the head fall forward. We're not bringing the head back. We're just lifting like there's a string just pulling all the way up. And let your legs be heavy here. Notice if you feel heavy within your entire body. Does it feel like you're sinking? Can you find that length on your inhale? And think of grounding down through whatever's touching the floor. So anything that's touching your blanket or the floor, use that as your rooting system. So you want to feel like you're grounding down, that stability. And then on your inhale, imagine that breath just drawing in between your body and all the spaces, all the joints, all the places, just to create a little bit of space and length within you. And keep your breath going. And just drawing your attention down to your breath. Noticing the quality of your breath right now. Does it feel fast? Does it feel maybe shallow right now? This is okay. I'm not judging it. We're just noticing it. And working on maybe lengthening the breath. So the inhale and the exhale. We want to be able to draw it full on the inhales and then allow the exhales to be a little bit softer and controlled. So just being mindful of that right now. Noticing if the legs are still tense, just letting that go, giving yourself permission to soften here. And thinking of the inhale as a chance to create space, and then the exhale, allowing the muscles to soften, allowing your body to ground and to relax. Finding that balance between the strength, the roots, and then that lightness, that softness, that flowiness. Take a full breath in. See if you can feel the breath, not just hear it, not just imagine it, but feel it throughout your body. Almost like a river flowing through you. Maybe you begin to create a little ujjayi breath, maybe hugging the back of the throat, just creating a soft audio. Tapping into the senses of hearing, of sound, but also drawing that focus towards that sound. Noticing maybe the sounds around you as well, not trying to push them away or ignore them, but just noticing them. Continuing to let the breath soften through your body. Still maintaining that space. Maybe checking in with your mind. There are a lot of thoughts running through your mind right now. We tend to, throughout the day, think of so many things to do, so many things from the past and the future, the to-do lists, the worries, the emotions, the fears. It becomes this weight on us, even the happy emotions. It's just like we're carrying this heavy load, and the more that fills this load, the heavier it becomes. Pretty soon we notice that there's no space for anything to pass. Everything just keeps getting stuck. It's like a clogged drain, right? The more things that are in there, the more things that get stuck, and pretty soon it feels like nothing's going through at all. And then it just doesn't work. So what we need to do for our minds as that drain is to clean it. To just get in there with a brush and just clean it and let everything just move out, right? Doesn't mean we stop putting things in the drain. It just means we learn how to let it pass. So we work with that cleaning sensation. Making sure the body is working right, making sure we stay in tune with ourselves, noticing the things that are going through. We don't want to just ignore it, and we don't want to not think of it, so we don't want to not use it at all, but we definitely want to learn how to use everything properly with maintaining that space, that feeling of being clean in the mind and the heart. So just imagine the breath as this cleansing, right? It's like that brush going in there and cleaning the pipes. So the breath in, that inhales, the brush going in and just cleaning. And then the exhales, everything just flowing out of us, right? We're just cleansing ourselves out. And just letting everything go. We're not approaching it with judgment. We're not going to fill it up even more. We're not going to go in there with more food and drain it and clog it even more. We're just going to go in there with clean, fresh water. Nothing in the water, nothing in the mind. No emotions linked. And we're just going to let that stuff go. Maybe drop your chin down. Just remember that it's normal for these thoughts and emotions to pop up. They pop up in me, and I do this often, and it still happens. So this is inevitable. It's just a way of life, right? There's constantly things happening and changing, and so our relation to it changes as well. It could be a wonderful thing, a sad thing, a worrisome thing, whatever it may be, but always approaching it with an open mind and allowing yourself to remain clear to approach it in a heartfelt sense. Let's take another deep, full breath in, and then exhale through the mouth, just letting everything go. So we're going to move in this practice today with full awareness, complete intention of staying spacious and staying clear, not letting the feeling of tension catch us, right? So we don't want to grip onto that. We're going to notice it, we're going to feel it, and we're just going to settle through it, right? And still create that feeling of feeling relaxed. So we're going to work with those tensions that pop up. So let's take one more deep, full breath in, and then exhale. Let's inhale, bring the hands just out to the side and straight up overhead. Reaching through the side body, let's turn towards the left side and release the hands, right hand in front, left hand behind us, just fingertips, keeping your spine nice and straight. Notice the legs maybe tightened up on you a little bit. I'll let that sensation go to the area, let that go. Let's inhale both arms up, let's come back to neutral. And then begin to turn to the right, twisting around the spine, releasing the hands front and back. back, maintaining nice and straight. Notice if the right leg, again, tightened up, giving it permission to soften. Or can you find space here? Noticing that twisting sensation. Can you still remain spacious? Let's inhale, bring both hands up again. Exhale, bow your hands down, right to Anjali, right to prayer. Bring your thumbs to your heart. Notice your heartbeat. Know your heart's in there. It's working. It's always working. It's creating this constant movement, that's constant flow within you. Always tap into that feeling of your heart and knowing that there's pure love within you. No matter where you are in your life, there's always that heart beating. Drop your chin. Again, notice if the body is tensed up anywhere. You feel that sensation of grounding. Do you feel stable here? If you're facing the side of the mat, let's turn and just face the front. And bring your blanket with you. And then let's just bring our hands right to the floor. And then we're going to swipe those feet right behind us. You can bring your toes to touch. They can be up on your blanket. That's perfectly fine. Bring your hips right down to your heels and walk your hands in front. You can be on forearms here if you need the space. Walk your hands right out in front, right down to your forearms. You can clasp your hands. Let your forehead come all the way down to the ground. Knees are open wide. In this modified Balasana pose. Let your forehead be heavy here. Let the back of the neck be heavy. Can you still feel a sense of grounding here? Can you still feel that spacious feeling? Always moving with a sense of security, of rooting, and then working on growing and creating space from there. All right, let's bring the hands right back up. We're going to walk the knees in. You can walk back so you're right on top of your blanket, if that feels good for your knees. Let's extend the hands just out to the side. So we're going to have the palms, the fingertips facing the side of the mat. And then we're just going to roll around in circles. Think of lifting your belly into your spine here. If you're pregnant, you're lifting your baby up. Think of pressing into the palms evenly, but lifting through the arms. So creating that space, even though gravity is pushing us down. And just opening up the palms right now, the forearms, the wrists. Making sure you stay light, not dumping into the wrist, right? We just want to stay a little bit light here. This fluid movement. Moving with your breath. Massaging out the joints in the hips, the joints in the shoulders, the hands, even the fingers. You can have your toes curled under, stretching out your arches here, your toes. And then let's switch rotation, go the opposite direction here. So just moving side to side in these circular motions from front to back here. Just noticing if it feels too much, back off a little bit. Is there any thoughts moving in the head right now? It's okay, just be aware of them and just allowing them to pass right now. The only thing we have full control over in this moment is our actions, right? Here on the mat. And our relation to each thing that pops up, each emotion, each thought. And let's come right back to center. Let's bring the hands back just a little bit, and then we're going to turn so the fingers are pointed back. You can uncurl the toes or keep them curled in here. We're going to sink the hips back just a little bit, staying hovered, and then just lift, pulling the shoulders up. We're going to pull the heart forward, pressing the fingers into the floor, pressing the palms as we peel the bottom of the palms up. Nice deep stretch in the hands. Take a breath, and then exhale. Just roll the spine up. Bring the bottom of the palm back to the mat, and then inhale all the way back up again. Just these cat-cow motions to stretch out the fingers, the palms. Release that tension. Always checking in with the sensations running through the body. Refocusing on the breath. Inhale to pull the heart forward. Pull those shoulders down. And then exhale to lift your belly, lift your spine, drop your head, bring your chin to your chest. A couple more times here. And then let's sink all the way back. We're just going to be right on top of our calves right now, coming all the way up to a Virasana. So we're just in a kneeling pose here. Sit up nice and tall. Your hands can be right on your thighs. Take a full breath in. Find a position that feels comfortable here. And exhale. Let's bring our hands right behind us. We're going to take a deep inhale and just open the heart up. Inhale. And then exhale. Roll it forward. Inhale. Pull the shoulders apart. Think of pressing the shoulder blades into the chest here. And then exhale. Pull it forward. Inhale again. Open. And then exhale. One more time, let's open. And then exhale. Let's come right back to our tabletop or Brahmanasana pose. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Just wiggle out for just a second, nice and slow. Let's press into the left palm, extend the right hand out to the side, and then we're just going to twist open to the right side here. Maybe you notice a little cracking in the spine. Ready to feel the tension right now. Reaching this hand out and up. And then exhale like we're holding a big ball. We're just going to weave it through. And then come right back up. Inhale. Exhale, wave it through. Inhale, bring it back up. And then exhale. One more time. Inhale, bring it all the way up. And then exhale. Let's release that shoulder to the floor. Release it all the way down. Inhale, the left arm's going to come up. Exhale, maybe you drop it behind your back and reach for that right thigh. Just a little opening here in the back of the shoulder. And then the front of the left shoulder. Where can you stay soft here? Where can you build space? Let the neck be relaxed here. Find that sense of grounding. Release the left arm right back up towards the sky. Bring that palm right to the face. You're going to press to bring that right hand out, right back to tabletop. Shake it out. And let's press into the right hand. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So the left hand's going to come out to the side. We're going to keep lifting our belly up into our bodies. And then maybe you begin to open to the left side to reach up towards the sky. Full breath here. And then like you're holding a big ball, you're just going to weave that left hand through that space. Bring it right back up on an inhale. Exhale, nice and slow. Moving with your breath. And bring it back up. And weave it back through. Right back up, inhale. And let's weave it through. And bring that shoulder all the way to the ground here. Let's inhale, reach that right arm up. Exhale, maybe you drop it down to reach for that left inner thigh. And let your head be heavy. Tuning in with your breath, always checking back in with the breath. Let's inhale the arm right back up. Bring it right in front of the face and press right down into your mat. Right back up to tabletop. Let's extend our right leg straight back, keeping the toes curled onto the floor. Nice full breath here. Think of firming that right glute. Think of pulling that right hip down here. And we're just going to rock nice and slow, forward and backwards. Stretching out the calf. Stretching out the Achilles, pull the shoulders down. Remember, find that space here. Bring that heel up, and we're going to create these circular motions. So bending at the knee, so your heel's pointed up. We're going to bring the knee out to the side and then drop it down. Bring it back out to the side and drop it down. So I'm creating these circles with my knee here, just opening up the hips a little bit. You may notice that tension in the left hip. I'm just noticing it. What are the thoughts that are coming up right now? Let's release that knee down. Shake the hips out. Extend that leg straight back out. And then let's bring that foot all the way forward here. Right on the outside of the right hand. Take a full breath here. Let's walk that foot forward. We want to keep the knee right over top of the heel. And then we're going to walk the hands forward as we shift the hips down towards the floor here. So keep pulling the front hip bones up away from the floor here. Full breath in. Let's walk that right foot out to the side. We're going to roll to the outer edge of the right foot and then let the knee fall to the side. Full breath in. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you come all the way down to your forearms. Let the head be heavy. Allowing your hip to open, your psoas to open on the left leg. Again, how can you create space here? Meeting the tensions without judgment. So we're not going to meet it with a bundle of emotions. We're just going to notice it and then appreciate the way it is and work with what we have, what is. Let's walk right back up to the hands very carefully. If you are on your forearms, bring your knee back in, heel toe that right foot right back, and then we're just going to press very carefully to bring the body right up to our low lunge here. Deep inhale. Extend the arms up overhead. Stay for the exhale. Let's inhale to open to the right side. Keep pulling the hips in towards each other. Again, finding that grounding sensation. How can you be light here? And swoop the right hand down. Bring it right back up. Draw your hands right to heart center. Let's press right back down into the mat. I'm going to curl those back toes to lift that back leg. Take a full deep breath here. And press into the left hand. We're going to open up towards the right side. Keep energizing that back leg up away from the mat. We're letting that heel be nice and soft here. So keep that ankle loose. Keep energizing that left front thigh away from the mat. We're going to keep our ankle nice and loose here. Keep energizing through the back heel and keep pressing into that front heel. And both hips are pressing into each other. And create that length in the arm here. Create the length in the legs. And then exhale, release that hand right back down. We're going to press into the front heel and then step forward into our wide squat here. Release the hips down. You're welcome to use your blanket, so you can reach back for your blanket and place it under the heels. If you notice rounding in the back, just to lift the heels up here. Bring your hands right to prayer. Let your elbows be on your inner thighs. Make sure your knees and your feet are pointed the same direction. Take a full breath here. Let your hip flexors just soften, which is the crease area in the front hip. Think of really pressing your sitting bones back, pulling your heart forward, opening your collarbone, energizing through the arms. And then exhale, press your hands into the mat, lift your hips, pivot your feet forward for this Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Sink the hips right back down. Right back to Malasana. How is the mind right now? Are there more thoughts coming in? Can you just let those pass by? Without forcing them, without pushing them. Are you able to let them come in and then slowly just move through? Let's lift the hips, press into the palms, and step back left followed by right foot. We're going to press into the palms to lift the hips up right back, right into our down dog, our first down dog. Take a full breath here. And exhale. Let's inhale to lift the right leg up. We're going to bend at the knee and point that toe towards the front left corner of the mat, really opening up that front hip. You may notice a deep stretch in your groin area, maybe the side of your torso. And exhale. Let's inhale to shift forward. We're going to bring that knee in front and then let the shin and the toe fall down to the floor. My toes facing the left space here. My right knee is out to the side. I'm going to release my left thigh and knee onto that mat or onto your blanket and then walk it back. Take a full breath here. And then release maybe to the forearms here. Again, release the head down. Right into our pigeon pose. How's the quality of your breath right now? Is it soft? Is it fast? Can you slow it down? Can you soften that breath? Can you soften that heartbeat? Let's come right back up to our palms. Take a breath. Sway the shoulders just side to side here. So pulling the shoulders down, moving from left to right, just in this wave-like motion. Let's curl the back toes to lift that back leg. We're going to press into the palms. Lift that right foot right up, right back to our scorpion, pointing that toe forward to the left corner. Deep inhale. And exhale, release that foot down. Pedal your dog out. Full breath in. And then exhale, release the knees down. Okay, so realign yourself. Make sure your palms are underneath your shoulders. We're going to extend that left foot straight back, curl the toes, rock forward and backwards here. Keep firming that left glute. Keep energizing up through the arms. Lift that left heel up. Take a full breath here. And then exhale. Bending at the knee. Bending at the knee, we're going to open that left hip out to the side and then drop it back down. Roll it back, out to the side, drop it back down. Again, keep creating these circular motions with the hip. A few more times. And then release the knee down. Extend that foot straight back again, energizing through the heel. And then we're just going to bring that left foot just out to the left side of the hand. Take a deep, full breath here. Walk that foot all the way up. Let's begin to sink into our hips, pulling our front hip bones up. Maybe walk the hands up a little bit. Let's begin to heel toe that left foot all the way out to the side. Here we're going to roll to the outside of the foot to open the knee out to the side. Take a deep breath, and then maybe you come down to your forearms here. And let your head be heavy. And again, noticing thoughts passing through, emotions maybe arising. Making sure we don't cling on to it, so not trying to grab at it. Not trying to control it right now. Just allowing ourselves to watch it pass by. Very carefully walk the hands right back up. We're going to heel toe that foot right back in. And then begin to lift the body up very carefully, pressing from that front heel. Inhale, lift the arms up. Think of lifting again those front hip bones up. We're elongating through the tailbone, creating that space in the spine. Opening up this front hip flexor here. And then exhale, twisting, opening up to the left side. Keep pulling that left hip in, pull that left hip back. Swipe that left hand down, bring it right back up. And exhale. Inhale again. And bring your hands right to prayer. And arms come right back up. And then exhale, let your hands come right down to the floor. We're going to curl the back toes to lift that back thigh up. Keep energizing out through that heel. Keep pressing into that front heel. And pressing into the right hand. We're going to twist to turn open just to the left side. And then exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Release that hand right back down. Full breath in here. And then pressing into that front heel, we're going to bring that right foot straight up just to the outside of the right hand. Let's release the hips down, coming right back into our Malasana, our low squat. So elbows are to the inside of the thighs. We want to be sure that our knees are not coming over. So you can sit up a little bit higher. You can use your blanket too here if you'd like. Pressing into the palms. Bring your thumbs to your heart. Notice your heartbeat. And let your feet be open with your knees. Think of really opening those hips up. Still maintaining the space we created in your spine. So we don't want to be rolling or hunching or crunching down. We want to be spacious in the heart, spacious in the chest and the spine, the hips. Out through the arms, even though we're pressing into the palms here. And we're pressing into the center, our medial line of gravity, of balance, of energy, stability. Notice that grounding sensation with the feet right now. Do they feel even? Does it feel like you're rolling to the outside? Notice if it's unbalanced. Try to press evenly into the feet here. And then press into the palms. Let's lift the hips as we pivot the toes forward. Right into our Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, let's press into the palms. Sink the hips down, open the toes out to the side with the knee. Hands right back to heart center. And then let's bring our hands down to the floor, pivot the feet in, and then we're just going to step back with our right foot this time, followed by the left foot right back to down dog. Creating space in the arms and the side body, lifting those hips up. Maybe walking your heels out here. Keep the breath fluid, keep the breath full. Let's press into the right toes. We're going to lift that left leg straight up. Bend at the knee to point those toes towards the front right corner this time of the mat. Scorpion pose, lifting the knee up. Pressing into the hands. Let's begin to shift forward, and then we're going to release that left shin onto the floor. Toes are pointing either back to the right corner or out to the side here. Let's release that right thigh and knee down to your blanket. Right into our pigeon pose. Walk the hands in. Make sure that left knee is out to the side. And then exhale. Maybe come right back to your forearms. Let your head be heavy here. Let your legs be relaxed. Notice if the face is clenching up. Is there any tension you're still holding in your body right now? Besides that grounding sensation, it's different from tension. So grounding is just finding that root, finding that stability. We want to make sure we can find that lift. Allowing everything to continue to flow, to continue to move. And the stillness even. Let's press into the palms, coming right back up. Maybe beginning to sway the shoulders very gently, very slowly, side to side. Letting the legs be soft here. Think of pulling that left hip back a little bit. And then pressing into the palms. We're going to curl the back toes to lift that back thigh up, and then press to lift that left leg straight back up, right back into our scorpion pose. Come up to the toes of the right feet. Deep inhale here, and then exhale. Release that foot down. Maybe pedal out your dog again. Just notice the sensations throughout your body. How are you feeling? Do you feel open? Do you feel cooling sensations? Can you envision that space? Can you feel things moving within you? How are the tensions? Are you noticing them still? Are they finding calmness a little bit faster? Let's release both knees down. We're going to cross the back of the feet and then just come right back to the bolster here. So you can cross or you can bring your legs just out to the side and just come to a seated position here. Let's extend that right foot just straight out here. You can grab your blocks too if you don't have them, if you haven't used them yet, and just bring them to the side. Take a deep full breath here and exhale. Take a full deep breath here and exhale. Let's cross that left foot to the right side of your right leg. We're going to flex those right toes in towards us. Make sure your toes are pointed up so your entire front leg is pointed up. And take a deep full breath. So nice and tall. Maybe you bring your hand just around your left knee. And then let's keep the left arm wrapped around the knee. We're going to inhale to reach that right arm straight up. Keep pressing that right leg into the mat here. Keep a soft, subtle bend in that knee and keep pressing into that left foot. Deep inhale and then just begin to twist open, releasing that right hand behind you to the right side. Pulling that right shoulder down, creating that space in the neck. Pulling that right shoulder down, remaining spacious within the neck. Inhale, come right back forward. And you can either stay here, maybe a little bit harder if you're pregnant, especially to go twisting to the left side, to go in for a closed twist. Otherwise, you can wrap your hand around your leg. You're going to reach up with your left hand this time. Take a deep, full breath in to create space in that left side. And then exhale just to twist open towards the left side this time. Release the left hand behind you. Be sure to keep that neutral, spacious spine. Inhale, let's come back forward. Let's uncross that left leg. Bring the right knee up, and then we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So extend the left heel all the way out. Keep a soft, subtle bend in that left leg. Flex those toes up towards you. Make sure everything's pointed up towards the sky. We're going to walk that right foot over top to the left side of your left leg this time. You can bring your hands right around your knee. Take a deep breath here. Sit up nice and tall. Do you feel balanced here? Do you feel secure? Are you still hanging on to tensions? Can you let that go right now? Let's inhale, bringing that left arm straight up. And then exhale, twisting towards the left side. Release the left hand right behind you. Pulling that left shoulder down. How are the legs here? Did they tense up on you? Again, give it permission to relax here. Remaining rooted, remaining grounded. Just keep moving with your breath. Just keep tuning into your breath. And inhale, come right back to neutral. Bring your left arm around. Inhale to bring your right arm up. Maybe you stay with both arms wrapped. Maybe you begin to twist to your right side here. How's that left leg doing? Did it try to turn in? Can you keep it pointed up? Let's come right back to neutral. Let's bring both knees up here. And bring your feet together. Let your knees fall out to the side. Coming right into our Baddha Konasana pose. So feet together. You can bring your feet out in front of you just a little bit. You can go ahead and bring your blocks right to the inside. Or if your feet are in, just to the front of your feet, and then stack them nice and tall here. If you need to, you can bring your feet out a little bit further. So we want our forehead just to come right down onto the blocks here. So find your proper position. Let your hands be nice and soft on your shin. Deep breath in, sitting nice and tall. And exhale. Firming your belly in, let your legs be soft here. You're just going to release your forehead right onto the blocks. You can bring your hands in, right onto the floor, just to create a little bit, again, stability, support, trust. Just allowing a little bit of pressure on that third eye. Can that eye turn in? Can you see yourself right now? Can you see the space within? Can you see a little bit of clarity? Can you see the blood flowing throughout you? No bumps, no clogs. Just nice steady movement flowing within you. You see that in your breath? Let your jaw be heavy. Inhale, rolling all the way up. You can move your blocks just off to the side. And then we're just going to come back for a short Shavasana. So you can lay back onto your blanket. That may feel good to you. Rolling all the way back very carefully. Let's just bring our knees up and have our feet out to the edges of the mat here. And let your knees just fall together. So fall and bridge here. Just absorbing this practice today. We approached each tightness, each firmness and hardness with a little bit of softness, stretching, a little bit of movement to allow it to open, allow that space to form within it, and allow it to surrender. It's our job to create that surrender, that softness, in order to grow, in order to move forward. And we can't move past a big pile of rocks. We definitely can't see past it, that's for sure. So how can we move through that? Slowly approaching it. with love, with an open heart, and without judging it and making it harder to get through. Patience, consistency. A term called abhyasa, which means consistent effort towards growth, towards clarity. Not showing up just one time and expecting, not showing up 2 times or even 10 times or 1,000,000 times expecting something to happen, but just showing up with an open heart, just showing up, doing the work, doing that cleaning, and just letting whatever happens. Eventually things break down, you create the space, and things continue to move forward. But approaching it with a hard head and a lot of baggage never allows anything to move forward. Let's take one more full breath here. Exhale. You're more than welcome to stay here, just allowing some stillness, some time for no movement, no thoughts, surrender, settling, calmness, tuning in. This is always beautiful to do. Otherwise, very slowly, let's begin to move our bodies and make our way all the way up. So rolling yourself up very slowly. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to guide you through this little bit of awareness within letting things go, letting tensions go. And I hope that you're able to incorporate this into your daily life. Thoughts, not gripping onto them. Emotions, not gripping onto them, allowing them to be there, not judging them, not judging yourself, just allowing things to come up, right? But changing our relationship to it, so less judgment, less trying to control. The only thing we can control is our relationship to it and our actions. So I hope that you join me again for another beautiful little yoga. Namaste.